Hi, I'm Jared, and this is Do Y'all Like Sharp Things? Today, or this evening, I'm going to show you Jim, my take on the American Bowie knife. He's a big sucker, and he's not very traditional looking, truly, but I am under the impression that a Bowie knife is supposed to be held like this. So your snap cut is done with the spine of the blade, which is a more obtuse bevel on this particular blade, which hasn't been sharpened yet. On this blade, it's rounded over so that it could still be used as a batoning surface if you were going to use this as a camping knife. It's up to the end customer to decide if he wants that spine sharpened or not. The gullets, or the teeth under here, are designed to be blade catching teeth, so that if another blade comes into your knife in a defensive maneuver, you can catch a blade and then twist it out of the opponent's hand. And these teeth, which have little flat spots on the inside, can catch into the spine of the blade that's coming in, assuming that it gets all the way in down to here, into the gullet, the big gullet of the guard. The other side of the guard is just a horn for looks, mostly. The pommel has a lanyard hole, which I don't know what you'd really use for, but I put it on there, and it's big enough to put a little carabiner on, or a lanyard, or whatever you want. Although if you want to chop a lot of things, I would probably recommend putting a lanyard around the choil and the inside of the guard with a ring knot, and then wrapping that around your wrist, so you don't lose control of the knife when you're just whacking stuff like all day long. And this knife will do it because our Aus-tempered 1095 is extremely tough, and it does a great job at impact resistance, and it stays sharp a long time considering the abuse you can put it through. The sheath system is not really a system, but the idea was to have a sheath that you can carry on your back like Crocodile Dundee, except instead of having the edge down, you carry it with your edge up. So if the knife falls out of your sheath, it doesn't cut your butt off. There's also going to be a thumb strap. I think I've done a video on this before, but I put a thumb strap with a loop in it so that all you have to do is reach behind your back, stick your thumb in the hole in the strap, the webbing, and then you can pop the snap off of this side, which should be attached right about there, and go around be attached in this eyelet and go around the top of the guard. So you stick your thumb in there, pop it down, and then out it comes. So that's the way the sheath works. The point geometry is similar to my Kodiak sword in that when I grind this main bevel, I basically follow this first curvature, which is a wide, like 30-40 inch diameter curve, and then I just run it out straight basically, and then I do a 40-degree included angle edge geometry, which just goes down to 0. So you get maximum cutting performance and strength out of that edge, instead of having a chisel or a two setup. Like, I'm gonna poke myself in the face. Put that away. Alright, so if you have an edge that goes down to 0, your edge looks like this. If you have an axe edge on the end of that, then it ends up being like that. So you're going to get better cutting potential and penetration if you have your 0 grind instead of an axe grind, because there's just less resistance. So that's the way this point is set up. Less resistance at the tip. Handles fastened with stainless steel flathead cap screws, and everything's Cerakoted so it doesn't rust, except for the polished cutting edge. So that's Jim, and he's kind of a bad mofo. Alright, see you next time.